Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Paste Studios. We're live with Kirby Brown now. Kirby, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
Yeah, dude. It's great to see you again, man. We crossed paths here a couple months ago, did a whole tour of the tape room, and I'm stoked that we find ourselves here right now and about to share 4 of your songs with the whole internet.
It was a match made in Manhattan.
That's right.
Match
You're
made in
here
heaven.
from Nashville, but by way of East Texas, by way of the Ozarks, by way of New York City. Here, you were here in the city for a couple of years, so welcome back. And
It's good to be here.
yeah, man.
It's gonna be fun.
So you're gonna do 4 songs. Well, congratulations on Uncommon Prayer, because I think that when we hung out, that was not out in the world.
It was
yet,
like it was right on the cusp.
Yeah.
It was teetering on the edge of being out, and now it fell over the precipice.
And now here it is. It's out in the world, and you're gonna play 4 songs off of it today.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a bit about the first one you're gonna do?
Yeah, the first one is called Joni, which is actually one of the first songs I wrote for the record. Everybody wonders if it's about a real person, but it's really not. Most of my songs are about just fictional characters that I make up, but it is for Joni Mitchell in some senses because I love her. So I guess, should I just do it then?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. All right. Well, Joni's like a prize fight. Yeah, she's a Cassius Clay with green eyes, trying to resist me, fighting not to kiss me, and knocking out my lights. She tells me she's an open book, but that's such a joke to me. It's impossible to get her. The pages stick together so nobody can read. And Joni is making a fool out of me. I only wanna see her smile, if only for a little while. If only for a while. She called me when her daddy died. She told me she was alright, but she was crying in her pancakes, crying to the fan blades, crying at the sky. 'Cause she's just aching for a storybook, a truth that she can tame, a box to put a gift in, a world she can't exist in that doesn't ever change. And Joni is making a fool out of me. I only wanna see her smile, if only for a little while. If only for a while. If only for a while. I just wanna see her smile. Joni is making a fool out of me. I only wanna see her smile, if only for a little while. If only for a while. That's how that one goes.
All right. I like how that one goes. It's a good song.
Right on. Thank
That
you.
is in the imminent future. I don't know how imminent, but we are. My wife and I have been going to dog shelters, and we're definitely gonna adopt. I don't know, in the next couple of months. But Joni is gonna be, if it's a girl dog, it'll be Joni for Mitchell, definitely, and it'll be
I
Jackson
dig it.
Jackson if it's a dude, because she is absolutely into that whole Laurel Canyon vibe
Of
and Laurel Canyon
course.
scene. So
I'm
as soon as we have a Joni or a Jackson, I'm sending you pictures of her.
I please do. I met Jackson Brown. I guess last year, maybe sometime, and he asked me if I spelled my name the right way because we're both Browns, but he has an E on the end of his, and I don't have an E on the end of mine. He asked me if I spelled it the right way, and I told him that our family thought that the E was just extra and unnecessary, so we really hit it off.
And the answer was yes, you do spell it the right way. You both spell it exactly
There
the
is
right
no
way.
wrong way to spell it. We'll set the record straight now.
Can we talk a little bit about the different locations where this album came together, and I mean the different locations where you came up, where you grew up? I mean, you started your life in East Texas. You lived in the Ozark foothills around in Arkansas, New York City for a while, and then creating this album too. I mean, I think people should know, if they don't already, that you guys did most of the main tracking at Fame down in Muscle Shoals.
Yeah.
And did some with the Texas Gentleman out in Dallas, and then you said a little bit in New York also. Can you tell us a little bit about how each of those places sort of made their way into the fabric of the album?
Yeah, there was a documentary that came out on Muscle Shoals, and I think it may still be on Netflix, but it came out in the theaters, I guess right when I was like in pre-production for the record, and I'd written these songs, and Bo from the Texas Gentleman, who produced the record, I'd been kind of chatting with him about like, hey, like let's do a record, whatever. I went and saw that movie and texted him. I was like, dude, you got to see this movie about Muscle Shoals. And he was like, yeah, I saw it. It's awesome. Well, like 2 weeks later, he texted me, he goes, you're never going to believe where I just got called to ask to do a session. Fame in Muscle Shoals. And I was like, wow, like, haha, we should do my record there. And he was like, oh yeah, I already talked to him about it. It's a done deal. Like, so it just kind of like fell in our life. It felt like the universe put it together for us. But it was really awesome to get to be down there because there's so much like mythology and history. Like it feels like not haunted, but it feels like it's a spirited place. Like you go down there, you go in that studio, in Studio A at Fame, and you feel the presence of like the history of it. Like I'm not like trying to be hippy dippy, but it does. You feel like, you know, even when you're like in the bathroom and you're like, oh, this is where Etta James did her business, and here I am doing my business all these years later. Like it just feels like that you're in a stream, like a continuous stream of music from that place, and it does feel like you can be a part of it. So it shaped the record in a way that like I didn't expect. I mean, I really just thought I was gonna make like a folk record, a singer-songwriter record, but like there are some touches of like old school R&B on the record that like maybe wouldn't have been there if we hadn't been in that headspace that was sort of engendered by the place, you know?
Totally. Well, I mean, I'm also not a particularly metaphysical sort of a person, but I do, I mean, the vibe of this room right here, I do feel like there's friendly ghosts here everywhere, for whatever that's worth. I mean, and something crazy, this is sort of bring it full circle. That movie, that Muscle Shoals movie, they licensed some of the Skinner footage that's sitting right behind you right now. To that documentary, them playing the Oakland Coliseum in '77. There's all the Freebird segments of that. I think Freddie Camelier maybe was the dude that made that documentary, but licensed it from this. I mean, it came from this desktop into that movie, and it's
no kidding.
Yeah, and it was such a cool thing, and I'm stoked that you had the opportunity to go cut Uncommon Prayer there.
Yeah, it was like I think once we realized we were going to do it there, it was like we wanted to really get in the spirit of the place. And so like Bo, who produced the record, and he's my best friend, he's my best man at my wedding. I'm getting married on Friday, but I was like, you know what, like let's road trip it, like to get our brains in the space to like do this. So he flew to New York. We rented a car and drove from here all the way down to Muscle Shoals, like through all the back highways of America, like listening to like truck stop CDs that we found. Like, so I don't know, just something about the whole thing, like the way we did it was really, I can still feel the color of that place and that experience on the record, that means it worked, I guess. Yeah,
it does. I feel it too. I mean, I love the album. So thanks for being here and playing 4 songs from it.
Of course.
And dude, congratulations on the upcoming wedding too. I mean, that's very imminent. It's happening like this week, right?
Yes, it is. Everybody thinks that I'm insane for as much as I'm bouncing around the universe right now, but it's going to be really good.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a very lucky man, so.
Cool, man. Well, can you tell us a little bit about the second song that you're going to play off of Uncommon Prayer?
I was trying not to spoil it by saying something about it in the other song. I always make this joke that I only write songs about things I don't know about, like gambling, boxing, and women, because I'm not very good in those departments, it seems like sometimes. But this is both Joni and Little Red Hen have Muhammad Ali references. The next song I'm playing is called Little Red Hen. So I don't know why I always go back to these images of, like, I don't know anything about boxing actually, but I guess it sings okay. When I wrote this song, there's 2 children's stories, The Little Red Hen and Chicken Little. And in one of them, the chicken is like making bread, and in the other one, the chicken is waiting for the sky to fall. Like whenever I wrote the song, didn't know the stories apart either. I don't know much about children's literature or boxing. So in this song, there is a little red hen who is waiting for the sky to fall, and I feel like I've bastardized Chicken Little's legacy forever, and hopefully his people aren't going to come for me. But anyway, here goes that. She's like the rising sun, but she ain't no madam like the Garden of Eden. But she's got no Adam, she's a little red hen waiting for the sky to fall. You ain't never seen hiding like she hides from me. No, she covers her body in braided fig leaves. Says nothing's worth finding if it's easy to find after all. But there's no making a woman out of that freckle-faced girl. No, she's a hurricane and I'm hanging on for dear life. In the pale gray morning she tells me that nothing's just black or just white. No, it's a big mean world and she's finding it hard to play nice. Christ. Well, she loves Picasso but don't like Dolly. She bet on Joe Frazier cause she don't like Ollie. She's a painting the town red and fighting for a place to stand. She's still robbing Peter but she never paid Paul. Running with the rabbits and hunting with the dogs and making me love her, laughing just because she can. But there's no making a woman out of that freckle-faced girl. Oh, she's a hurricane and I'm hanging on for dear life. In the pale gray morning she tells me that nothing's just black or just white. No, it's a big mean world and she's finding it hard to play nice. Oh man, it's a big mean world and she's finding it hard to play nice. Christ. Isn't that cute?
Nice. I like it, man. I like it. It's a good song.
Thank you.
Can we talk a little bit about what you're up to here and the rest of the time that you're in New York? So you're up here for the show tonight at the Wythe, which you're playing with Nikki Lane
and Jonathan Tyler.
That's right. Yeah, playing Nikki came through here, I don't know, a year ago maybe. I don't think she's been into this the new building, but the old Paste. She came and visited us. And you guys, there's the show at 9:00 at the Wythe Hotel. And that one sold out almost immediately. So there's still, it sounds like, a couple tickets left for the 6:30.
There's a 6:30. It's the New York matinee. And I think there may be 10 or 15 tickets left for that. Like it's gonna be it'll be really intimate. I mean, it's 50 tickets only. It's in like the screening room at the Wythe where they show films, I guess sometimes. So it'll be actually pretty cool. I've never seen Nikki in that context before, so I think it'll be like a really interesting way to see songs. I mean, obviously the Wythe is really nice too, but that'll be cool. Yeah, there's a pop-up event called Greetings from Nashville going on there. They got like a bunch of brands from Nashville, Imogene and Willie and Nikki's Vintage Company, High Class Hillbilly. So it's like it'll be like shopping and music.
I just found out the name of her company just now, and that's awesome. That's what it's called.
High Class Hillbilly. Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, do you get a chance? Do you do stuff while you're up here? Do you get a chance to do New York stuff and see New York friends, or is it like press here at Paste and then straight over to the venue, or do you get a chance to hang out?
Well, it worked out for me this time that the flights were way cheaper for me to come on Saturday instead of coming yesterday or today.
Oh, nice.
So I try to normally budget myself like a little bit of wiggle room because I do have a lot of friends here, and New York still has my heart. So as much time as I can come and suck it up, I try to take that opportunity when I can.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's
So
maybe the biggest upside of having the job that you have is that sometimes you are afforded the opportunity to go see
yes,
stuff and
that's
see
one
friends.
of the major perks.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of perks to the job, but that is one of the perks is a level of flexibility. But I like to go to like all the old spots I used to go, like my restaurants and 11th Street Bar and East Village, and like all the spots that you really
Yeah.
that are home in a way. So
Stumbled in there and watched Aaron Lee Tass Jam play some songs there not too long ago.
my
A while
fel-
ago now.
Yeah,
It's
my
over
fellow
a year
East
ago.
Nashvilleian. Yeah.
Wrote a song about the 11th Street Bar.
Yeah, he's actually one of the first people that ever turned me on to it, and now it's like a stalwart of my consciousness. I think about it every time I go, every time I come now.
Yeah, it's a good place. It's a good place to go cause a little trouble if that's what you're in for.
I'll consider it. I consider trouble sometimes.
So you're doing 4 songs today off Uncommon Prayer. We just heard 2, and can you tell us a little bit about the third one that you're going to do?
Yeah, this one is called Sweet Shame, and it's one that definitely has, like I wrote it and I just was like, oh, here's a nice little folk song. But like when we got to Muscle Shoals, the way it's recorded, it definitely has a kind of R&B sort of feel to it. It has a groove that like I never foresaw until we like got in the room. And when we were Muscle Shoals, I mean, we were getting in the spirit. I mean, we like bought a bottle of moonshine and we're like starting tracking at 11 in the morning, and we started drinking a little bit at 11 in the morning also. So like we were doing a lot of it live, and this is one of the songs where like everything except some of the background vocals is a completely live take. And whenever we were mixing, I was like sitting at the board with Bo, and he was like soloing pieces, to like tweak the mix or whatever, and he was like soloed my vocals, and I could hear myself almost slurring a little bit, like you could tell that we had been at it for a while that day, but it just has such good vibe. It was like such a good moment. It was like one of those where we like played it all at once, all together, and like all just kind of looked around the room and were like, okay, we can move on now, like we did it. So it's one of my favorite songs lyrically, but it was one of like the bigger surprises of the record too.
There's a reason why. I mean, why drinking booze, there's the term well lubricated is used to describe what happens, and lubrication is generally a good thing, and well lubricated is that's a positive thing, regardless of whether it's 11:30. And once once everything is lubricated and firing on all cylinders, that is sometimes can be when the magic happens. And
absolutely.
I love this record, and I hope that people who are tuned in right now get a chance to check it out in addition to what you're doing right here.
I hope so too. Should I do it now? Should we do it?
Yes, please.
All right. This is a Sweet Shame. Let me tune. I have a friend who says that the true litmus of success in the music business is when you start getting fan mail from prison. The true litmus of success for me would just be like if I could like not ever have to tune, that'd be awesome. Maybe just so I could pay somebody to tune my guitar for me. I think that's actually a job.
Yeah,
there's
a guy who does
I haven't leveled up yet for that. All right, Sweet Shame. It's still not right.
You said fan mail, and before you said from prison, and when you just said fan mail, I was going to say Pam says hi. Pam was the genesis of this meeting, even while we met the first time. She's here. She's watching right now and says hi. So you got that piece of fan mail. She's not in prison for sure, but she does say hi.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Something's already maybe wrong with the incarceration system, but it's really wrong if they get Pam. Pam is too good. All right. I think it's going to work this time. I'm a little bit older and it scares me some. I'm wearisome from taking this high road, but nobody really loves a vagabond, and I ain't one. Just the son of a good man that told me that love is like a treasure map, and every man is trying to hide one in the top of his hat or in a coffee can, in a tender hand that's safe. It's a sweet shame. I could be sorry for all the things I am and the things I ain't. We could give it some time and say that things will change. But baby, things don't change. up just like a common thief. If anything will lead you to Calvary, it's the love you can give that no one will receive. And eternity is all you can hope for. You're holding my heart just like a cigarette. At the end of it, you're dragging what's left out. I'm sorry I'm not quite immaculate or as delicate as you think, but it's a sweet shame. I could be sorry for all the things I am and the things I ain't. We could give it some time and say that things will change, but baby, things don't change. That's how that one goes.
Right. We're gonna do about half the album here today.
Yeah.
About a third of the album here today. Thanks, man.
What
Thanks.
is 4 out of 10? It's 2/5. That's
40%. Yeah. Well done. Good job, us.
Wow, way to go.
Yeah.
We're really good at math. I really didn't expect
Normally
that.
don't get good at math until like 5:30 p.m. And between like 5:30 and 6:30, I'm decent at it. And then after that, all bets are off.
Right, yeah. It's sort of like singing. Like nobody's really that good at singing in the morning. Like you hit this stride. So normally I'll do most of my equations during sound check just because like that's when my voice gets going, my math gets going.
How are you feeling right now? I mean, you sound outstanding to me. Are you having as good of a time performing as I am watching your performance?
No, I'm not going to make that joke. Never mind. I am having a pretty great time.
Good.
I'm sure it's probably not as good for me as it is for you, but it could be better. Actually.
No, that's probably right. I'm enjoying it a whole lot.
Oh, a whole lot. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I'm at I'm extra medium right now. I think about
That's pretty
halfway
good, dude. For 2:53 in the afternoon, that's a pretty good.
I think about halfway through this
outcome.
song, I'm gonna start doing math really good, and then I'll start having a really good time at the same time, and then my voice will everything's gonna fire on all cylinders at about 47 seconds into this song.
Gotcha.
I think.
Well, hey man, if you want to hang out and play the other 60% of the album, we're here. We're here all afternoon. I know you guys, you got stuff to go do, but
Do I? I don't know. I can reschedule. Remember that wiggle room I was telling you about that I'll try to give myself in New York?
Yeah.
I mostly budgeted all of today to just hang out with you, Brad.
Good. As was budgeted my day. And
I
if you-
noticed you only have one stool over there, though, so for the next session, I may be sitting on your knee if that's cool.
Perfect. We'll just turn all the cameras over here. We'll do a.
Perfect. So we'll just hear the next session happening from the opposite side of the camera, but the cameras will just be focused on us sitting at your desk
That's right.
in the same chair.
We've got. If you're just joining us, so Kirby's playing with Nikki Lane this evening. There's a 6:30 show. There's a 9 o'clock show. So there's still a couple tickets left for the 6:30. The 9 o'clock sold out almost immediately. So you guys added some new tickets, or added a new show, excuse me. And there's the 6:30 show. And man, it's sounding great so far. You just played 3 off of Uncommon Prayer, and you're gonna play a 4th one. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I can. This is a perfect place to play this song because whenever I was 25 when I moved to New York, I got like the idea that I was going to move to New York. I don't know if you remember, there was a commercial for Paste pecani sauce in the early 90s. It was all these cowboys sitting around the fire, and somebody pulls out some salsa, and it's just the label says Mexican sauce. And they look on the back, and it says made in New York City, and all the cowboys go, New York City!
Yeah, man.
Well, that was pretty much exactly the way my family reacted when I told them that I was going to move to New York City. They thought it was a terrible idea. So I moved up here, and it took me about 3 weeks to spend all the money that I had saved. And I saved a pretty good little nest egg of cash. Moved to New York, somehow blew it all in just a few weeks. And I wrote this song somewhere right around that time when I was feeling super like I had made a terrible mistake and that my family was right and I was never going to make it. And I actually ended up doing just fine. I survived that. But this song actually is a song that I wrote here in New York. So I'm glad to get to do it here at its birthplace. But it's called Give Me a Week. Yeah. All right. to the city to find myself and didn't find a thing at all, except for a couple new ways to forget what I was looking for. Well, that's when I read your letter. Perfume on the paper, didn't feel a thing at all. Guess even the past ain't much of a refuge anymore. But give me a week and a ride to the downtown station with $1 to my name. Well, I don't much care where it's going, just anywhere that's gone. And give me a compass needle, some honest people, and a place that I can stay. I can find my own way home. I can find my own way home. And when I could have bought you a ring, I bought me a drink that I've been taking ever since. But none of that same old medicine's helping me to sleep at night. I could have been a prize winner, the pick of the litter, if I had the chance again. Now maybe it don't look like I got a dog left in this fight, but give me a week and a ride to the downtown station with $1 to my name. Well, I don't much care where it's going, just anywhere that's gone. And give me a compass needle, some honest people, and a place that I can stay. I can find my own way home. I can find my own way home. I can find my own way home.
All right. Man, dude, thank you for coming here and playing 4 songs off of Uncommon Prayer. Those were great, dude. It's always a total pleasure to see you, and have a great show tonight. So it's 6:30 at the Wythe Hotel and 9 o'clock at the Wythe Hotel. Those are both with Nikki Lane. There's a couple tickets left for 6:30. There's no more ticket. The 9 o'clock's all sold out.
Yeah.
But dude, congratulations on everything, on your entire life, man. You're getting married on Friday, so good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, like remember when we got introduced over like a weird text message thread with Pam, and she was like, "You should go meet Brad." It's so weird that we fast forwarded and now we're here. This is fun.
Yep, and of the, I think maybe 3 introductions that have been made via Pam, via weird text message, they've all been absolute winners, and I'm stoked that we are that we know each other in life and in this context, in this room, and all of it, man.
Yeah, I feel really lucky to be in here right now. Some good stuff. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Have a great show tonight. I'll see you. I might see you tonight.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
man.
good.
All
Bye.
right. Thank you.